You know what almost no one talks about? As we get older, it's not just that reading glasses become a habit, or that screens feel harsher. It's the tiny, almost invisible ways your eyes and brain start to slow down. You notice it when letters blur for a second longer, when your eyes sting or tire after scrolling just a few minutes. You step into a room and forget why you came. Nothing dramatic, nothing alarming, but slower. Most people are told this is normal aging, but that's only part of the story. Recent research is revealing something surprising. After 60, the eyes and brain aren't broken. They're undernourished. They're missing the exact nutrients needed to repair themselves, especially while you sleep. In fact, studies show most older adults lack at least one key nutrient, one that powers overnight recovery. Night after night, the repair process runs half empty, and over time, the effects quietly add up. The good news: this isn't about prescription drugs, fancy gadgets, or complicated routines. Certain natural juices, made from simple, real foods, and taken at the right time, can improve blood flow, protect your eyes, and help your brain recharge while you sleep. In this video, I'll show you 4 science-backed juices that can support sharper vision, clearer thinking, and better overnight recovery using ingredients you probably already have in your kitchen. Let's dive in with the first one, the blueberry juice. Some foods slow aging. Others help the body rebuild what time has worn down. Blueberry juice does both. As we age, one of the quiet problems that develops between the eyes and the brain is slower signal processing. The eyes may still capture information, but the brain takes longer to interpret it. That's why reading can feel more tiring, why contrast seems weaker, why it takes an extra moment to recognize faces or adjust to low light. Blueberries are rich in anthocyanins, the deep blue pigments that give the fruit its color. These compounds cross the blood-brain barrier and directly support neural signaling. In simple terms, they help brain cells talk to each other more efficiently and protect those connections from breaking down. A 2020 study, published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, found that older adults who consumed blueberry-rich foods showed improvements in cognitive processing speed, working memory, and attention within just 12 weeks. Brain imaging also revealed increased activation in areas involved in visual processing and memory integration. For the eyes, blueberries play a different but equally important role. Anthocyanins support the regeneration of rhodopsin, a light-sensitive pigment in the retina that helps your eyes adapt to darkness. This is why blueberries have long been associated with improved night vision and reduced eye strain. Research in molecular nutrition and food research showed that blueberry compounds reduced oxidative stress in retinal cells and improved visual function under low-light conditions. This matters because nighttime and dim environments are where aging eyes struggle the most. Consider Helen, 69. She found that reading in the evening left her eyes aching, and driving at dusk felt increasingly uncomfortable. She began drinking a small glass of blueberry juice in the early evening. After about a month, she noticed less eye fatigue and felt more mentally alert when reading or watching television later in the day. If you want to try this, use unsweetened blueberry juice or blend 1 cup of fresh or frozen blueberries with water. Drink about half a cup in the early evening, around 6 p.m. This timing supports visual processing and helps protect neural connections before sleep. When the brain begins consolidating information and repairing itself, blueberry juice doesn't force the brain to work harder. It helps it work more clearly. 2. Beetroot and spinach juice. Some juices work on protection. Others work on communication. Beetroot and spinach juice works on delivery. As we age, one of the most overlooked problems, affecting both vision and thinking, is reduced oxygen delivery. The brain and the eyes are the most oxygen-hungry tissues in the body. When blood flow becomes less efficient, even slightly, they feel it first. Focus slips. Vision feels dull. Mental energy fades faster than it used to. Beetroot is naturally rich in dietary nitrates. In the body, these nitrates convert into nitric oxide, a molecule that helps blood vessels relax and widen. This improves circulation, allowing more oxygen and nutrients to reach the brain and the tiny capillaries that feed the retina. A 2015 study in the journal Hypertension found that older adults who consumed beetroot juice experienced increased blood flow to the frontal lobes of the brain, areas responsible for decision-making, focus, and working memory. Participants also showed improved reaction time and mental clarity. Spinach adds a second layer of support. It's high in lutein, zeaxanthin, folate, and magnesium, nutrients essential for both neural function and eye health. Lutein and zeaxanthin concentrate in the retina, where they help filter harmful blue light and protect visual cells from oxidative damage. Folate supports neurotransmitter production and helps reduce homocysteine, a compound linked to cognitive decline. Research published in Neurology showed that older adults with higher lutein intake maintained better cognitive function and visual processing speed. Over time, these nutrients don't stimulate the brain, they nourish it. Take Robert, 68. He noticed that mornings felt foggy and that his eyes took longer to adjust to light. He began drinking a small glass of beetroot and spinach juice earlier in the day. Within a few weeks, he described feeling more mentally awake and less visually strained, especially during reading and outdoor activities. To try this, blend 1 small raw beetroot with a handful of fresh spinach and water. Drink about half a cup in the late morning or early afternoon, around 11 a.m. This timing supports circulation when your brain is most active and sets the stage for better recovery. Later at night, beetroot and spinach juice doesn't push the system, it restores flow, and that changes everything. 3. Carrot and turmeric juice. Some juices improve delivery, others improve communication. Carrot and turmeric juice works on clarity and protection. As we age, vision problems aren't always about eyesight itself. Often, it's inflammation, quite low-grade inflammation, that builds up in the eyes and brain. Over years, this inflammation interferes with how clearly visual information is processed. Colors feel less vivid. Glare becomes more uncomfortable. Focus fades faster, especially in the evening. Carrots are one of the richest natural sources of beta-carotene, which the body converts into vitamin A. Vitamin A is essential for maintaining the surface of the eye, supporting the retina, and preserving sharp contrast vision. Without enough of it, the eyes struggle to adapt to changes in light, particularly at dusk or at night. Turmeric adds a powerful second layer. Its active compound, curcumin, has been widely studied for its anti-inflammatory and antioxidant effects in both the brain and nervous system. Curcumin helps reduce inflammatory signals that interfere with neural processing and visual clarity. A study published in Ophthalmology Science found that curcumin supplementation reduced markers of retinal inflammation and oxidative stress, while research in advances in nutrition, showed improvements in attention and mental clarity, linked to reduced neuroinflammation. Together, these effects support clearer visual perception and steadier focus. Consider Robert, 68. He complained of constant brain fog and difficulty seeing clearly. While driving at dusk, he began having a carrot and turmeric juice with his lunch. Within a month, he said, the mental static had faded and his night vision felt noticeably sharper. To make it, juice or blend 3 medium carrots with a 1-inch knob of fresh turmeric root. Add a tiny pinch of black pepper to improve curcumin absorption. As you've seen, aging doesn't suddenly break your eyes or your brain. It slowly starves them of oxygen, of antioxidants, of the nutrients that once kept signals sharp and vision clear. Without effort, that's why the changes feel subtle. A little more strain, a little more fog, a little less clarity each year. But subtle doesn't mean permanent. The eyes and brain are remarkably resilient, even later in life, when they're given the right support at the right time. These juices don't promise miracles. They don't override biology. They work with it by restoring blood flow, reducing inflammation, protecting delicate cells, and fueling the overnight repair process that still happens every single night. Small habits, repeated daily, can quietly change how you see, how you think, and how steady you feel moving through the world. Not overnight, but consistently, naturally, and safely. You don't need all 4. You don't need to be perfect. Even adding 1 at the right time of day can make a difference.